Welcome Amakhosi Network. Kaizer Chiefs loses to Sundowns 2-1. Second half is what I am talking about. Kaizer Chiefs, what you did in that second half is what I am talking about. I loved the second half. Kaizer Chiefs, yes, we got saved by Monoba Ngite and them trying to be super coaches and subbing Abo Ribeiro and Zwane. But other than that, guys, the second half was beautiful. But let's start to the controversial moments. The first goal of Sundowns and the second goal of Sundowns. The first goal of Sundowns, Ribeiro scored. We all saw how it went in. Everyone is giving Ribeiro praise, but I'll give you an interesting fact. Ribeiro's shot to goal was not on target. It's Dudley who put the ball on target, and because Dudley put the ball on target, it ended up going in the back of the net. So people are going to praise Ribeiro and say he took a fantastic shot, but technically his shot was not on target. His shot was going to be off target, but the deflection from Dudley put the ball in the back of the net. So that's just luck. Sometimes if you don't have luck, it doesn't happen for you. Just like how Dupree took a shot and it just didn't end up in the back of the net. If you don't have luck on the day, certain things just won't happen for you. The next one is the second goal. It looked like an offside to everyone who was watching. It looked like an offside goal. So for me, it looked like an offside goal, but at the same time, I'm not a professional. I don't have VAR, so I can't say for certain. But if from what it looked like it was an offside goal, it's a sour taste in my mouth. Why am I saying this? Because our last goal, we scored a goal in the last minute. And if Sundowns' goal was an offside goal, then it shows how the referees are very inconsistent. Because then our last goal, they said Miguel made a foul in the box. But if they can allow an offside goal, why would they not just leave that goal, Miguel Castillo, to go in? So sometimes luck is like that. Luck is like that where certain teams just have more luck. Example, last season when we were playing the MTN 8, Sundowns fouled Kaizer Chiefs twice in the box. Clear penalties. They didn't give us the penalties. We could have won that goal. That we were definitely going to win that game if we got those penalties. Obviously, penalty is not a goal. But I'm just giving you an example of how a team like Sundowns just somehow has all the luck in the world. They win games by just being lucky. And I'm not saying they didn't play well. I'm just saying they didn't earn this victory the right way. And that is something that someone in the comments mentioned to me. I forgot your name. Forgive me. I'm not sure if it's Mercy or who, but someone in the comments mentioned that they'll just pray that Sundowns, if they're going to beat us, they're going to earn this win the right way. And for me, it just happened like last season, MTN 8. Sundowns won the wrong way. Last year, even in the league, we got an unfair red card. We lost that game like 5-4. So I don't know what happens when Chiefs play Sundowns. Sundowns just gets luck. The refs are always blowing for Sundowns. The refs, like, how many yellow cards did Kaizer Chiefs technically get in this game compared to Sundowns in the first half? Serino just got a yellow card. For yes, it looked aggressive, but it didn't do anything. So it's one of those things that if it came out with a warning, it would have been better, but they just gave him a yellow card. So for us, I feel like the ref was a bit unfair. And I know it's going to sound like I'm complaining, but I actually think Chiefs had a decent game. The first half wasn't good to watch for as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, because we're basically defending, we're waiting for Sundowns to do things. And because of that, we did actually stop Sundowns from playing. For the first time, you actually watch Sundowns not play their game. Sundowns actually reverted to doing things that they're not used to. Like a lot of their things were run behinds and crossing, similar to how they started the season and lost to Stellenbosch. But for whatever reason, Chiefs just didn't capitalize. Now, let me go to Kaizer Chiefs as a team. Kaizer Chiefs as a team, we know Serino is the biggest player for us, and Dushabalala is the biggest player for us. One thing I'm going to say about Serino, today, Serino, if I had to give him a rating, it wouldn't be a good rating. Serino's biggest problem I'm seeing is that because he's become the nucleus of the team, meaning the team has functions around him, he's making the same mistake that Kama Billiard and Keegan Dolly made when they joined Kaizer Chiefs. They tend to try to do too much when it's not needed. There are moments where they just have to release the ball and trust in their players. But I feel like Serino, especially against Sundowns, feels our players were not at the level of Sundowns. So he tried to do a lot of things alone and they'll just take the ball from him. Like they would go 3 against Sereno. 3 players would go and mark Sereno 1 man. And in those moments, there were moments where Sereno just had to cross the ball into the box, try find Ranga, try find Duba. It didn't happen. But that's my one criticism of Sereno. But Sereno was good in the game. He made some few inroads here and there. But I think my personal most important player of this game was for me, Mdu Shabalala. For me, Mdu Shabalala was one of our most important creative players, especially in the first half. And I know we're going to differ in opinions on this because some people expected Mdu to do more. But Mdu released when he had to release. Mdu passed when he had to pass. Mdu ran with the ball when he had to run with the ball. Mdu was carrying the team to attack. And that is what I enjoyed about Mdu's team. Mdu didn't allow himself to be caught up in too many things that were unnecessary. So that part of his game I enjoyed. But basically the first half is Ranga took his chance. Yes, for the first time Ranga took his chance. He put it in the back of the net. But if we have to be honest about Ranga Chivavero, he scored the first goal. We are happy. Well done, Ranga. We're happy. But how many chances did Ranga miss? Ranga, I think, missed 3 1-on-1, 2 additional 1-on-1s and a tap-in. I don't know what to say. It's like that thing of like, if I say something bad about Ranga, a lot of you are going to tag me because he actually had a decent game. But in a game as important as this, when a striker has 1-on-1 chances, all we're asking is at least hit the target or put the ball in the back of the net. This thing of Ranga missing the target, I didn't like it because whenever he hits the target, like Dupree was hitting the target, and when he hits the target, the ball falls to a cheese player, which was Ranga. And then Ranga there had a tap in. I don't know how he missed the tap in. He just kicked it right into Lebusa's legs. Like the ball, the goal was open. I don't know what to say because as a lethal striker, you know, when the ball goes in like that, you have to add a bit of flight to your ball. When I say bit of flight, I'm saying you have to, when you're kicking the ball in the net, don't hit a grass cutter when it's like that, because the grass cutter is easy for these defenders to mark. But Ranga, I don't know, he decided to hit a grass cutter pass, and the grass cutter pass just found the legs, and that time you just needed him to lift the ball just a little bit, so that if it touches someone, it goes back in the back of the net. Like, these are basics I learned when I was playing as a striker when I was in high school. In high school, you just knew that you just have to lift it just a bit, especially because when the ball is low, it's awkward. When the ball is low, it's in the for the advantage of the defender. They can easily intercept it. But if there's a bit of flight, they get the judgment of the ball wrong. But anyway, I'm not a striker coach, but for me, Ranga missed a lot of chances. Dupree, well done, Dupree. I liked your game. Fundo Vilakazi, the one thing I will criticize Mfundo Vilakazi, decent game. Mfundo Vilakazi's game today is what I want Mfundo Vilakazi to do each and every time he comes on the field. Don't get the ball and try knock it to the last man every time. Mfundo this time got the ball, saw moments, he challenged, he made Islander look like a guy who plays in the Vodacom Challenge and Vodacom League. This guy took on Allende and he just cooked Allende. He was just cooking Allende. He put in cross, Castillo put in a header. You know what? Castillo, it was great to see you come back with what we used to. Yes, the thing about Castillo that is a bit difficult for me is that Castillo is not a great midfielder, but he's a great attacker in the box. It's a weird thing. It's like, he's not creative. So when we need Castillo to do the right, for example, every time we would get the ball in the middle and they would pass Castillo the ball, Castillo can't scan. So for example, Castillo doesn't have this ability to scan as a midfielder. And I've always said this, Castillo, he sees what's in front of him. He cannot see what's behind him. So there were many moments in this game where the team would pass him the ball. He would be alone, but he would kick it to the guy instead of turning because he hasn't scanned. Because those moments the midfield was open, he just had to receive the ball, turn, run out the ball, or play. And then Castillo would kick it, and the thing is that he would kick it in the air, and there's an attacker that side. It would make the game difficult for Frosler, and yeah. And now, I mentioned this in other videos. You guys who watch me will recall. I said, I don't think Miguel Umnandi with the ball at his feet. I honestly don't think he's the most comfortable person with the with ball possession, but with his tenacity and his like toughness and stuff, he's a good. He anticipates things. He can read the game very quickly, and that's what makes him a good center back and good defender. But I watched this game and I was like, Miguel isn't comfortable at his feet, and you know how you see it. You see it in what Dudley does. Dudley is the most amazing center back I have seen play for Kaizer Chiefs in years. Dudley is he's a marvel to watch. Dudley is in his head. Dudley has pace. Dudley has power. Dudley has a pass. Dudley kept finding Ranga. If there's one player who found Ranga the most today, I honestly think it was Dudley. With long range passes. Dudley reads the game. But when you watch Miguel, you feel our right side is missing that. Our right side is missing a good read, a good pass, etc. Because Frosler is also lacking that good pass. And it's weird because Frosler, some of us know him from being a good ball player. So I don't know what's happening. Even Cross looks better. Most of them looks better than Frosler at this moment with just spraying the ball to the right players. Even though we can see Cross is a typical defender sometimes in that he knows how to defend and anticipate, but he's slow, number one. And number two, he doesn't have the ball at his feet is not his favorite thing, but he can do it. So there's that. So I'm rounding up this game to say first half was a poor performance. It was a good performance from Sundowns after Chiefs scored. Sundowns came back and it looked like Sundowns was going to take over. But like we say, the game has been spoiled by bad referee decisions. And then the second half, Sundowns dominated basically the second half until the point where Manqoba Nciti and Steve Compel and Fohloza decided to take out Ribeiro and Zwane, and then Sundowns fell flat. Sundowns fell flat. I think in the moment they took out Ribeiro and Chiefs put on Blom, Chiefs took over the game. And that's one thing I wanted to add about today's game. If there's one thing I'm going to take away about today's game, it's how important Njabulo Blom is to Kaizer Chiefs. Njabulo Blom arguably is the most important player at Kaizer Chiefs, and I don't know how else to say this. Njabulo Blom is key, guys. Njabulo Blom was doing the right things. He was spraying the passes. He was running with the ball. He was showing toughness in the middle. He bossed the midfield. In the few minutes he had, I think he played about 20 minutes. Njabulo Blom owned Sundowns in 20 minutes. And he's not even fit. The other surprise one, well done to Pule Modi. Impact. Pule Modi had a good game. Pule Modi had a good game. Pule Modi, I am proud of you. I am proud of the game you gave. And Pule Modi, I watched Pule Modi today and I asked myself, Guti, hey, we need this guy, man, to fight for this position and get Duba out of the team. I like Duba, but I prefer him to continue as striker. But what Pule Modi was doing and how he was combining, like, I won't lie to you guys. Pule Modi combines with Cross so well. I don't know how, but Pule Modi and Cross can read each other so well. They know when to pass, they know how to support each other, they know how to make the runs, they know when Cross is supposed to stay, they know when Pule is meant to drop into a pocket. I don't know. So for me, it gave me an idea that Nabi has another headache. Pule and Cross actually played crazy well. So how is he going to play Serino? Because the Duba game is not working. I'm not going to lie. I like Duba, but playing Duba as a winger, it's not working for me. Duba can't make the right reads. Duba can't make the right passes. Duba is a player. Duba is like the understudy of Sahili. He has pace. He has a shot, but he just here. Everything in here, it doesn't come together and make things yabo zihlangane. Like his brain works overtime. He does things overtime. But that time he's the fastest player. But that time he can't do things. He trips over his feet. It's like watching Sahile sometimes when you watch Duba. So a part of me is like, I want to see more of Modi. I liked what Modi did in this game, and I liked what he did. But anyway, guys, tomorrow I'm going to do player ratings and break it down. But to summarize everything, well done, Kaizer Chiefs. Amakhosi faithful, it was a good game. It was a good game. I am not ashamed of losing this game. It was a good game. A game where we had better chances than Sundowns. Like, how many chances did we have? Ranga had 2 one-on-ones. Castillo had 2 shots where Ronan Williams literally saved Sundowns today. You know, people always mock Ronan Williams to be like he never gets tested enough. Kaizer Chiefs literally tested Ronan Williams. Like, sometimes if luck is not on your side, the ball won't go in. So luck was not on our side as Kaizer Chiefs faithful, but I think we did pretty damn well. And well done to Kaizer Chiefs. Well done to Nabi. Well done to all the players. I like what you did. Cross, well done. Everyone, well done. Matt, I will not comment on you for the fact, Guti, there are people who love you. And for the fact, you're Guti, I have said enough in previous videos. And what I've said in the previous videos still applies in this game for Matt. So I'm going to choose not to comment too much on Matt anymore because it makes me sound like a bad person, like I'm attacking someone. But Matt doesn't put himself in the starting lineup. I think that's something us as Kaizer Chiefs fans, we also need to understand. Because, yeah, Matt does not select himself. Matt gets selected by coaches. So we can blame everyone we want, but at some point we're going to need to blame the coaches who play Matt, because each and every coach who has come into Kaizer Chiefs and has found Matt has made Matt a starter. So whatever Matt does at practice, whatever they see in Matt, that work rate, they deem it more important than the mistakes that he does. So in saying that, Nabi, you made your bed with Umad, and if you also find yourself leaving Kaizer Chiefs because of this playing Umad consistently, I is But anyway, Kaizer Chiefs, Amakhosi.